Right, the breaking news, and it regards our top story today.
Manchester United had just come off the back of a painful defeat in the Europa League final against Tottenham Hotspur. Only 2 days later, the focus had to shift quickly, with a Premier League clash against Aston Villa on the horizon. But while the players and fans were still processing that loss, the club's leadership was already deep in discussions about the future. At Sir Jim Ratcliffe's headquarters, a scheduled executive committee meeting took place. What made this meeting unusual was the presence of manager Ruben Amorim. Alongside him were Omar Berrada, Jason Wilcox, and senior figures from both Ineos and the Glazer family, including Joel and Avram. This wasn't just another meeting. It was about how to rebuild the squad in the absence of Champions League football. The loss to Spurs had denied United a significant financial boost. Without that revenue, every transfer decision suddenly carried more weight. That's why Amorim's presence was so important. For the first time in a long while, the manager, ownership, and executives all sat together to map out a strategy that everyone could agree on. The plan was clear: prioritize players with proven Premier League experience. Over the past few years, Manchester United had invested heavily in players from across Europe, but too often, those signings struggled to adapt to the demands of English football. The consensus now was that the club could no longer afford such risks. They needed ready-made players who understood the league, the intensity, and the expectations. However, this approach also came with a difficult reality. Without Champions League income, significant sales would be necessary to fund new arrivals. That meant some familiar faces in the current squad could be moved on, not just fringe players but potentially key names, to raise the funds required. This meeting was more than just a response to one defeat. It was a recognition that Manchester United were at a turning point. The choices made here would